Gregory Keene is here, continuing the story from Stella Wilson's prison cell. If events have seemed to be at a standstill the last 2 days of the NightShade affair, don't be deceived. Since Inspector Murray came to light with the news that Stella Wilson and the hoodlum Fegan were under arrest, there hasn't been an idle moment. And if I've told no one but Tom Cutts what's going on, it's because this time I want to make sure not only of Felix Huberman and the ring, but Carlotta Magnani as well. I started off, if you remember, by pitching Stella a yarn about getting her 15 years or so for attempted murder. The next step was to get round Henry Murray himself. Sometime today, Stella goes before a magistrate to be released on bail. That was my doing, too. And that also is why I'm alone with her in the cell now. There's so much she has to be made to believe and act on in the next 2 or 3 days.
I know what you want. You want me to crawl, that's it. You want me to crawl because you're going to frame Artie and me like you said yesterday.
I'm glad to see you believe I really can.
Well, of course you can. You and the cops between you. Go on, tell me again. Have yourself a big time. Tell me over and over how I'll be an old hag when I get out while Sammy Rice is playing about with other girls.
I have a better idea. Have a cigarette.
What?
I said have a cigarette.
Just a minute. What's new?
Please yourself.
Okay, I'll have one. If you only knew how I've been aching for a smoke.
No, don't start feeling sorry for yourself. I had you picked up for a good, tough baby who could take it.
Don't worry about me. I can take it.
Well, promote yourself a light. Yeah. Good?
But good. Listen, you're not the same bloke who was in here yesterday. You could be almost human.
Maybe I have a proposition for you.
The propositions I've had.
Oh, but never like this one. Stella, you'd really like to catch up with Sammy Rice, wouldn't you?
It's all I live for, you ought to know.
I do. And I'll tell you something. Not long ago, I was made what you'd call a mug. It was something I didn't enjoy, and Sammy Rice was behind it. I'd like to catch up with him, too.
Is he alive?
He's alive. I can't go near him for reasons I'm not going to tell you. But you could.
That's a laugh. In case you hadn't noticed, this joint's got bars.
And listen to the best proposition you were ever made. I can get you at least 10 years. Will you pay that?
I'll pay it.
Suppose I said I wouldn't press any charges against you.
Mister, now you're really twisting the knife.
The choice is yours. You're going to do exactly as I say, or up you go for every day in prison I can get you.
What would I have to do for a deal like that?
Go to Sammy Rice when I give you the word.
You could be stringing me along.
Oh, but I'm not.
How do I know?
Would you like to get out of here today? I could get you bail.
Show me.
I'll show you. But only if you know just where you stand. You'll be out on bail for about a month. If you've done what I want you to do in that month, there won't be any charges. But if you try to skip or let me down in any way at all, you'll be back where you started. Now, what's it to be?
Just get me out of here, mister. And tell me one thing. If Sammy Rice is alive, where is he?
Around.
Is he alone?
No.
Where is he?
He's not alone, and he lives in a big house with a swimming pool over on the North Shore.
Whose house?
I told you he's not alone.
And I'm rotting here behind bars. Can I go after him the minute you tell me where he is?
That's what I'm getting you out for. You haven't long to go, Stella, and I'll be waiting for you when you're released. I'll find you some money and somewhere to live, and, oh yes, while you're waiting, here are some more cigarettes.
If only I knew what game you're playing, Major Keene.
Believe me, baby, you'll find out. Sit tight for a few more hours and then get set. Soon I'll tell you where to find your Sammy, right? Hello. Is, Tony Ricker there? Well, can you give him a message for me? Yeah, tell him to pass it along to the boss. Stella Wilson's back in town. That's right, Stella Wilson. Okay. Oh, it doesn't matter. Tony will know who it's from. Yeah. One by one, the pieces are falling into place. Stella will do exactly as I say. Inspector Murray doesn't know what I'm up to. And when Carlotta and Huberman run headlong into the girl at the house on the North Shore, they'll have only one course to take. Where are you now, Huberman? And what are you doing that I know nothing about? Doesn't matter. Soon you'll know that I'm alive, and then it'll be too late.
I've put 7 men on the job, Carlotta. Here's the day's results. But let me tell you first. Stella Wilson's been seen around again.
Stella Wilson? Now that the affair of Gregory Keene is over and Barnes is out of the way, need we worry about her?
I'd be happier with her out of the way. She's the one person who knows that the fellow we got rid of up on the Hawkesbury was actually Gregory Keene. But Keene was supposed to have vanished on the way from Singapore to Hong Kong. It's just possible that she could cause some inquiries, and we want precisely none.
Have her taken care of then, Felix. I am more interested in your watch on Bernard Mendel.
Well, listen to this. He arrived at his office at 5 minutes to 9 with a girl in his car. She took the car and parked it in a garage and went up to his office about 9:05. At 1:45, they came out of the building together and went to lunch. They came back together at 2:15. 4:30, the girl left the office and collected the car. Then she picked him up and they drove to his flat where they parked. They went inside. Neither of them have come out yet. 10:30.
Do you know who she is?
Her name is Helen Linden. She's Mendel's secretary.
I think I like the sound of that. Has she a flat in the same block as Mendel's?
No.
A man like Mendel now, would he be very successful with women?
My dear Carlotta, if Linden is his girl, she's the only one.
I think I was right about Mendel having a woman behind him. And it begins to look as though this Helen Linden is the woman.
Are we going to wait to make sure, or are we going to strike at them at once?
Time is precious, Felix. Mendel can always lose his nerve and hand that statement over to the CIB. I say we should strike at once.
Tonight?
Yes, tonight. Have you enough men on call?
Have 7 of the best and 3 cars.
Then make your start at once. And remember, Felix, if I have been calm about this Mendel and his letter from Nick Barnes, it is the calm of desperation.
Mine too. We're really up against it.
If tonight you fail, you must keep trying. We have to get our hands on that letter and watch it burn before our eyes.
And then settle our account with Mendel.
With them both. We are staking everything, our lives even, on the chance that Helen Linden is Mendel's girl. Everything we have built up depends upon you. Make sure of them tonight.
You can say what you like, Bernie. It doesn't sound right to me.
But I don't see why not.
This Magnani woman, she must have tens and tens of thousands of pounds in her home. Why did she insist on paying you after a week?
She swore black and blue she didn't have that much in the house, Helen. Oh, why can't you leave me alone? I did my best. She said herself they hadn't a leg to stand on and they'd pay the lot when they raised it.
But she couldn't bank the money. You're supposed to be a lawyer. You should know how hard it is to hide enormous sums of money in cash.
I can't help that. She said she'd pay in a week. I wish I'd never done well listen to you.
If you're going to start sniveling again, Bernie, I'll smash something over your head, so help me.
Well, I want money as much as anyone, but not this kind of money. It's not 2 days since we opened that letter, and look what it's doing to me already. I'm scared to turn around.
You should be in skirts.
You didn't see those 2 gangsters. You didn't stand in front of Magnani woman. Or Huberman. Helen, it's still not too late.
Not too late for what?
The letter's still in the original envelope. I sealed it with Scotch tape myself.
What are you talking about?
We can still call the whole business off. We can get rid of the thing. We can post it to G.G.A. Keene, whoever he is, and breathe again.
You fool. You maundering idiot fool. We've seen the letter. We've read it from front to back. We know it by heart. If we let it out of our hands, they'll kill us like rats underfoot.
But if Keene got it, they might all be arrested.
But nothing. I won't listen to you. The letter itself is our only protection, and I have it. It's in my flat, and that's where it stays. And as long as I have it, we're safe and we're rich. So for heaven's sake, pour yourself a drink and shut up.
Who's this? Who is it, Helen?
They're not answering yet. They must be in that flat.
Hello?
The 2, Mendel.
Yes.
It's Felix Huberman here. Don't ask any questions, just listen. Who is Helen Linden?
She's my secretary.
Well, there's the very devil to pay. You know who I am. I don't have to give you the sources of my information.
What is it?
The CIB had a search warrant issued today for your office, your flat, and Helen Linden's flat. I don't know what's come unstuck, but they must be onto that letter from Nick Barnes.
Onto it. Onto it.
What else can it be? Now, I don't care where you've got that letter hidden. If it's in any of those 3 places, shift it quickly. They might be on their way to search you now. Have you got that? Shift that letter to a safe place now, this minute, when I hang up. Have you got that?
Yeah, I've got it.
Well, spring to it. And while you're doing your stuff, bear in mind that now you've tried to blackmail us, you're in as deep as we are, so go your hardest. How was that, Ricker?
Oh, she's a fine.
Right, back to the car. We'll just tail along while Mr. Mendel and his secretary lead us to wherever they've hidden the letter. You drive.
Let Stella Wilson go this afternoon, and tomorrow the trap will be sprung. I've examined and pored over the events I'm bringing about. I've looked at all the moves the Nightshade ring could make to counter them. And for the life of me, I can't see where I can fail this time. But from where I am, hidden up here in the Cunningham Towers, can I see enough?
Mendel casts a desperate throw in the next chapter of this story of intrigue, Deadly Nightshade.